Thanks to the support as a channel member, Nathan Rowley. Well, I've just about recovered from yesterday, made my peace with it, and made the decision that we are going to do one more year, 4 seasons in total. Yes, it's going to take us through Christmas, but we're going to win this Champions League, or at the very least, have a fair crack at it with Neymar in the team and the £70 million we've got to spend this summer. We are going to have to be sensible in the transfer market this summer, because last year I spent like the world was ending, and if we're not careful, it might. So it's going to be some fiddling around to come. But first, we're going to try and retain our domestic double that we won last year, starting with the league. Hello and welcome to part 31 of my FM21 save with Leicester. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our final 2 games of the Premier League season. We're at home against both Everton and Bournemouth, knowing that if we win both of these games, we win the Premier League for the 2nd year in a row, the 3rd year in, 6-7 years? We become one of the big teams if we win this, surely. Champions League semi-final, consistent league challenges, potentially 2 doubles in a row. That's what we're going to be looking for. Since you were last with me, since the United defeat, and we drew against Brentford, and I thought the wheels were well and truly off, but then we recovered with a 2-1 win away against Chelsea, comfortably beating Leeds, and this is what the Premier League table looks like. 1 point behind Manchester United with a game in hand. Chelsea are out of this. It's between us and United. They've already got one over on us once this year. We've just got to win both of our games. It sounds simple. It is simple. It is as simple as that. Win 2 football matches against teams we should be well capable of beating, and we're Premier League champions once again. This is the team that we're going to be putting out there to try and do that. We've got Donnarumma in goal, a back 4 of Castagna, Romagnoli, Luis Felipe and Pereira, Ryzen, Didi and Sanchez in midfield, Maddison, Belotti and Dembele as our front 3. Neres is now proper injured after being semi-injured before, and I have finally sent Erling Haaland on the holiday that he's been asking for ages. I know people say rest him. You know I've tried resting him. He just needed the holiday. I know it's the end of the season, but he's missing this game. He'll then be back for the final day in the FA Cup final, where we might really, really need him. But I don't think Belotti's going to let us down. Remember, Belotti, 38 goals last season. Haaland, 33 goals this season. So, if anything, Belotti is the more prolific striker of the two in the system that we play. So, I don't think it's a massive downgrade having Belotti in the team. The issue that we've got is if Belotti has a poor game or has an injury, we don't have a striker on the bench. In fact, we've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench because we ran out of first-team players. And Kasper Schmeichel's retiring. Let's get him on the bench again. What's the harm? He can come on up front if he has to. I definitely will be reintegrating Timo Werner into this squad over the summer. He's spent his time away at Paris Saint-Germain scoring goals for them as understudy to Kylian Mbappe, and he's going to come back in here and be understudy to Haaland and Belotti. Although Belotti is one that I am considering selling because he's very nearly 30. We could probably get big money for him as we're looking to balance the books for financial fair play. Werner's a couple of years younger and a little bit more versatile, because he can play out on the wing as well, which Belotti can't. So it might be that Werner moves up the pecking order here. And there's James Maddison with a goal. He's struggled for starts this year. He's got one today, and he's scored a very important goal, a goal that could be leading us towards a 2nd successive Premier League title. And James Maddison, he doesn't give up, does he? The amount of times he's been written off in this series, lost his place, only to fight his way back in and show just how valuable he is to us. And there he is again with another very important goal, which any moment now should see us tick over, go top of the Premier League. There we go. So as it stands, we're 2 points clear of Manchester United, but they have the better goal difference, and we would now be level on games played. So it's not a job done if we beat Everton today, because if we then drew on the last day and Manchester United won, they would go back above us on goal difference. So it is still the case that we need to win both of these games to guarantee ourselves a Premier League title. The thing I was worried about is happening. Belotti is not playing very well at all. We have nobody to come on and play up front. Dembele apparently can play there. I've never played him there. It doesn't seem like the day to experiment with it. And to be fair, he's not playing any better than Belotti is. So we'll just make changes in positions where we know we've got players who can come in. Central midfield seems like an easy place to start. So we'll bring those 2 on in central midfield and hope that we've got enough about us to hold on. Because if we let Everton back into this game, if this finishes a draw, we're about done. Not quick pick. Assistant manager is telling me to bring on Grimaldo for Maddison. Maddison is tiring fast. I'm not going to bring Grimaldo on for him. I'm going to bring on Calvin Phillips, and we're going to stick Aouar up there, and we're going to just shuffle this around a little bit, push Valverde a little bit further forward. Phillips can be in there as a box-to-box midfielder, and we'll do that as we look to just try and maintain fitness levels, energy levels in this central midfield. Everton have now gone 2 up top. They are pushing for it in these final minutes of the game. Hopefully, it's another case of AI leaving it too little too late. And we've got 30 seconds of the game remaining. And that is part 1 of today's job done. First victory complete. I can't give them I want to give them a well done. Yeah, we won the game. That's what I want to do. And now we play Bournemouth, who are in a relegation battle. I don't know if they're already safe or if they need a win to stay up. But if they need a win to stay up and we need a win to win the league, and that is exactly the scenario we're in, this is going to be an interesting one. The media still think we're going to finish 3rd. So it's what the media know. Interestingly, Neymar and Maddison both out of the Dream 11 now, though Grimaldo has made it in as best left back in the division. I'm not seeing any Manchester United players on there, though. It shows how much value this is. Us and Manchester United are the top 2 teams. We don't have the best players, though, apparently. Just got the best managers. Me and Solskjaer, we know what we're doing. Both unquestionably good managers. Just wanted to flash this up on the screen for everyone who thinks my transfers have been mad. We have the smallest net transfer spend in the entire Premier League this season at only a £7 million net spend. And thanks largely, I mean, that doesn't make any sense straight away because it's just blatantly not true. But I'll take it. I guess it means in the last 12 months, who did we sell last summer? Maybe it takes some of these into account. I don't really know, but I'm taking it. I'm absolute. Maybe Hamza Chowdhury's still involved. Or under. There was a few that we sold in January. I'm not going to argue with it. It just means we've spent less than everybody, and Liverpool and Man City and Chelsea, the usual spendy rascals, are still spendy rascals, and we're great. Here we go then, folks. For the chance to win the Premier League for the 2nd season in a row, we are putting out the best team we possibly can with the players we've got at our disposal. Yes, we've got injuries to both our wingers, Dembele and Neres, which means, you could go to a diamond here, or, there's a variety of things we could do. We're not going to change things up, though. These guys have both played out wide at various points this season. They can do it again. It's Donnarumma in goal, a back four of Grimaldo, Romagnoli, Luis Felipe and Pereira, Rice at the base of the midfield. Valverde and Aouar ahead of him. Maddison, Haaland and Sanchez are our front 3. Let's go win the Premier League, boys and girls. We had a team meeting beforehand. I told them that. They seemed happy about that. They want to go and win the Premier League. We all want to go and win the Premier League. There you go. We're pumping the fist. We're saying let's win it for the fans. Let's just go and win the Premier League. I don't care who we're winning it for. Manchester United playing Aston Villa, who are down in 14th place. We're playing 17th place Bournemouth, knowing that a victory not only wins us the Premier League, it potentially relegates them, which would be desperately sad. But who really cares as long as we win the league? And it's James Maddison driving us forward again. If anything, Haaland's got in his way there. Probably just needs to stand aside and let Maddison get a proper shot away. But in the end, he's just in his way. And Haaland's just desperate to grab goals, clearly. Not Villa, it's United who are playing Villa. What a tackle from Ricardo Pereira there. That was brilliant stuff. But then, through defensive nonsense, we've given the ball away again. But luckily, Bournemouth don't know what to do with it. They weren't expecting to get it back and did nothing with it when they got it. Manchester United had Bruno Fernandes sent off 9 minutes into their game. There is a bottle job afoot at Old Trafford. We just need to keep our part of the bargain. If Villa want to weigh in with a goal, I won't be offended. It's 1-1 though between United and Villa. Ansu Fati scoring after 27 minutes. Douglas Luiz equalising immediately for Aston Villa. Declan Rice has picked up an injury here, and we don't really have much in the way of central midfielders left. Calvin Phillips is knocking around, who could potentially come on if need be. We're going to pump the fists again. We're going to have a look at the Declan Rice situation and see if we need to take our captain off. I don't think we do. He's not showing as having an injury. His condition looks fine. And Phillips can come on later in the game if he has to. But for now, I think we leave the skipper on the pitch to give him the opportunity to lift the Premier League trophy for us. We do need to be keeping an eye on what's going on at Old Trafford, though, because a goal for them and they are back to the top of the league. And that's exactly what has happened. Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 1. We now must score, and Erling Haaland's there with the goal. It's almost immediate. What's the referee doing here? How can it possibly be offside? It's a header from a corner. There's no way that can be offside. How? Show me a replay. Convince me, game. Corner comes in. Haaland heads it. And there's a player in the way of the goalkeeper. Is that really given as offside? It probably is. It feels really harsh, though. We need to demand more. And that's exactly what we're doing. Bournemouth fighting for their lives in the Premier League here. And Aouar has the ball in midfield. Rice trying to play it out to Grimaldo, but doesn't find him. And Bournemouth have got the ball here. And Man United really going to do us over for the second time this season. We're all Aston Villa fans now as well, because, of course, if Villa equalise against 10 men, they hand us the Premier League, which I'm sure they'd love to do. Aouar got just charging forward in central midfield. He's just out of a shot. He scored so many goals. He plays it to the path of Haaland, who's onside this time. He was onside last time. It's goal number 34 of the season for Erling Haaland. It's Leicester 1, Bournemouth 0. And if things stay as they are, we're Premier League champions for the second year in a row. Don't mess it up from here, boys. For goodness sake, I've promised you another season. You're not all going to be deleted from existence. You've got one more year to live. Let's live it as Premier League champions, for goodness sake. Oh, right. Renato Sanchez is having a terrible game. Dembele's not fit enough to come on for him. I think this is the time that we go to the two up top. That's the wrong substitution, Kev. Sanchez is coming off for Belotti, and then we're going to stick Maddison in behind. That allows Haaland to become the advanced forward. Belotti can continue as the pressing forward that we know he likes to be. And then we're also going to take off Pereira, bring on Castagna at the back there. We're still keeping an eye on Declan Rice, but at the moment, he seems to be doing okay, and we need our captain on the pitch. Valverde's been fouled there, hasn't he? Now, we've seen James Maddison miss a lot of penalties this year. If we get the opportunity to switch this over to Haaland, we definitely will be. That's assuming the penalty's even given. The ref's off towards the little telly. I'm stood there looking at my watch inexplicably. There's only 73 minutes gone, video game, Kev. It's not time for full time yet, no matter how excellent your hair is in this universe. And a penalty has been given. Can we change the taker? Yeah, change penalty taker. Right, give it to Erling Haaland. I don't know why I always forget to take Maddison off penalties, but it should be Haaland to take now. How is it still Maddison? He scored anyway. You saw me change that to Haaland, though. Why on earth? James Maddison just gets to take all the penalties. I've overruled him, and he's still stepped up anyway and done it. It's all part of him sticking his fingers up to me as manager. I'm delivering you medals, James. You don't need to play every week. You're winning medals. Medals are more important than appearances. I'm prolonging your career by protecting your fitness levels. I'm in this for you, James Maddison. Return the favour. I'm shouting at the man who scored the penalty that is probably going to win us the league, and I'm furious with him. Right, we are going to take Declan Rice off now. We need to keep him fit for the FA Cup final. Phillips is, in fact, Ndidi might be. No, you know what? Calvin Phillips. Ndidi's fallen that far down the pecking order as a midfielder now. We use him as a box-to-box sometimes, but as that deep-lying playmaker, Calvin Phillips is just much better suited to it than Ndidi is in the role that we want at the base of that midfield. Grimaldo now plays it across to Phillips, who gives it to Romagnoli. Not the right man to give it to. It ends up back with Calvin Phillips, who's now giving it to the other centre-back. I'm trying to prove a point here, Calvin. Grimaldo's in, the best left-back in the Premier League, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. But we do have another corner. Just keep scoring goals, boys, and we're going to win the league. Maddison with the corner. Haaland's lurking. Haaland's there, but the header goes just wide. It should all be wrapped up by now. Manchester United is still only 2-1 up against Villa. We're 2-0 up against Bournemouth. I haven't checked to see if this relegates Bournemouth. We will check in on that in a second, because I do feel sad about it. They should stay for our promotion party. They'll have one of their own promotion, championship winning party. They'll have their own next year when they win the championship. Haaland plays it into Belotti, and there's Belotti just sealing the deal. It's 3-0 to Leicester. We've won the Premier League again. Hopefully tomorrow we win the FA Cup again. The day after, we do superb transfers. And next year, we go and win the Champions League and then can call this save a job well done. I've never had a beta save go on as long as this one. And to be honest, I'm really, really enjoying this save, which is one of the reasons why I've not killed it yet and why I want to do an extra year. I feel like I've got unfinished business and I'm having loads of fun with this team. So we are gonna keep it going. But there we are, winning the Premier League for the second time in a row. My excellent suit, my excellent hair, and we're going to be handing this Premier League title to, that looks like that's Belotti shaking my hand. It should be Declan Rice who gets the Premier League title. Is that Rice now? Rice is our captain. That doesn't look like Declan Rice to me. No, it's the number 11. It is Belotti. Fair enough. I think Belotti's 11, isn't he? If not, who is that? Who is our number 11? And why did Declan Rice not? I mean, I guess because he was taken off, maybe. And perhaps Belotti took over as captain at that point. But that's not how football works, Football Manager. At this point, Rice comes back on and lifts the trophy like he should have done. We have won the league, though. Job well done. And like I say, tomorrow is all about, we've unlocked the Steam achievement for domination. I don't know what we have to do for domination. And Iron Curtain. I don't know what either of those achievements are. But they've popped at the second time of asking here in the Premier League. And tomorrow, hopefully, we do the double for the second year in a row. The era of Leicester City is well and truly underway. We just need to make sure that era has a Champions League win in it. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.